It's car con carne. Let's eat in the car. It's car con carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
It is car con carne. We are, well, Chicago worlds are colliding. We're at Wiener Circle on Clark Street, the iconic, the notorious Wiener Circle. Scott Lucas of Local H is my guest. Two Chicago icons coming together for the sake
first
of
time.
You've never been here.
Never been here. I don't eat a lot of wieners.
True enough.
Despite what you've heard.
Let me tell you, Scott Lucas of Local H, things here have changed. We're in this Relish Room.
Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't that long ago. This was all parking lot. And right behind where we're standing, there's a bar. There's an outdoor patio. Like, this may be the most brilliant thing Wiener Circle's ever done. Like, I could see this being a big deal this summer. But we're standing in this space, which is like a podcast and a special event space. Things I never would have imagined. Well, welcome. I mean, it's your first time.
It
Welcome.
must be for the mayor back here. You know, I feel like that's what's going on here.
They do have a mustard-colored couch. Which is a nice touch.
Yeah.
So it's funny. We're recording this on Sunday the 13th.
Right.
I was driving back. I was visiting family in Kenosha, Wisconsin yesterday. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to take the toll road. I didn't want to take 41. I'm like, I'll just take Green Bay for a while. So as I'm driving down Green Bay.
I know where this is going.
Uh-huh, you do. I didn't realize where this was going when I was driving down Green Bay. I stopped to get gas. I didn't fill up my tank because I don't know what kind of money you think I make, but I couldn't do that.
Right.
And as I'm filling up the tank, I look across the street and I see Fritz's Corner.
Yeah.
And then everything clicked. I guess I never thought about where that name came from. It's just, that's always been a Local H song. Didn't realize it was a brick and mortar place.
Right.
I feel silly bringing this up now, 25 years later.
Yeah.
But it was a revelation.
It's a place. It's a real place.
A little dive corner.
Yeah. It's a real place that doesn't know how to punctuate correctly. Yeah.
And I thought, I'm going to take a picture of this.
Yeah.
And then I realized there were too many trucks going by too fast that I couldn't. Then I wondered how many other like Local H nerds drive by there and take their picture by Fritz's Corner.
They all do. They all do. And the Zion Water Tower isn't too far from there either. So they do that as well. God bless them. I hope, you know, every time they go into Fritz's, they explain why they're there. And, you know, I think the people that own the place know. I mean, I've been in there a few times, and they've always been super nice and talk about people that come in there.
The new Local H release, the EP, is in my hand.
Look at that.
Look at that.
That's my table. That was my
That is your table?
during the pandemic.
Local H's quarantine mixtape. And this is the purple vinyl version.
Yeah, good one. You did the right one.
I love this. I love this on vinyl. I know there are people. I was at Bucket of Blood earlier this week, and I was buying the new Ghost album on vinyl.
Come on.
I love Ghost.
God.
And the new
No,
album
you
sounds like an
don't.
80s new way. I do.
Who cares? I thought they were supposed to be heavy.
No, they were never
It's
supposed to be heavy.
ridiculous.
They're just a rock band. They're just
Is it a rock band?
Yeah,
it
they're a rock
sounds
band.
like I don't know, some theater major's idea of a rock band. But I digress. Go
You
ahead.
digress.
You were wasting your money on a Ghost record when gas is expensive. Go on.
Anyway, it was the independent retailers version, like special vinyl.
Oh, cool.
Right. And I asked...
Does it make it sound better? There's better songs on that
You were
version?
saying- Local H did a show last night in Berwyn. I think Scott just woke up, and perhaps he's a little salty today.
This neighborhood on a Sunday afternoon is not my jam, but I just hate Ghost. But go on, please.
So I asked, you know, are there completists who, whether it's Ghost or another band, do they have to buy every colored copy? Like kind of like back in the day when I collected comic books, like
Right.
you had to get the multiple variants of every X-Men #1 cover,
Right.
and they said, yeah, it's not uncommon.
No.
Are you seeing that with?
I am seeing that, and I feel a little bad about that. I think if you buy one variant, and you know the guys at Brutal Panda are not going to want to hear this, but I think if you buy one, you're cool in my book.
Yeah.
You don't need to buy them all, but if you do, once again, God bless you, but I wouldn't do it, especially not for Ghost.
There is a song on the new album that sounds like Bon Jovi. I'll give you that.
Yeah, they all sound like Bon
No, they
Jovi.
used to sound
They're
like Blue Oyster
horrible.
Cult. They didn't always sound like Bon Jovi. They sometimes sounded like Blue Oyster Cult, like Secret Treaties era Blue Oyster
All right,
Cult.
maybe you're right, but maybe I'll listen to the new retailer version of the new Ghost record,
So we are
and
at
I'll think it sounds like ETI or like
that song.
UTI.
ETI from Agents of Fortune, a
Yeah.
classic song.
Yeah, of course.
Classic
It's great.
BOC. So I've got the Char Dog. Scott's got the
I've got
Char Beyond Burger.
the Beyond Ghost Burger.
I think we're going to try to eat this after we're done talking because I can't quite manage eating and talking while holding a microphone. You can.
Watch this, James.
I'm watching. Oh, there we go. That's how it's
I'm
done.
trying to do it.
I have like 5 sport peppers on this.
And there's
which is-
peppers. Awesome. You did it. Proud of you. Look at him.
my kingdom for a napkin.
You're a savage. Yeah, where are the napkins?
Fuck.
You thought of everything. Took the napkins.
So you played Berwyn last night. Mm-hmm. You are playing again. We're recording this, like I said, on the 13th. In a week, you're playing Herb's Birthday Bash at
Right.
Liars Club. That's already, the in-person portion is already well sold
Yeah.
out. Like
Done.
Good luck, good night, nurse. But you can still watch it online.
Right.
So explain how that works.
Well, Nate Arling and his brother put together a new streaming type of band thing. What's it called? I forget what it's called.
I don't know.
God damn it. Sorry, Nate. But you can go on our link on our Facebook page or on the Liars Club Facebook page, and you can go to that link and you can watch the show. And you should. And we'll see how it goes.
That's super cool. And obviously, you approach a Liars Club gig differently from how you'd approach a Berwyn gig.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
These are like, this is like inner sanctum type people. These are lifers for local aid, so to
Right,
speak.
right. We have no idea what we're going to play. We have no idea what, like almost everything that would be appropriate to play at a regular show is inappropriate to play at a Liar show.
Right.
So we'll see what happens. And it's always fun for us, but we'll see what happens. It'll be a mess,
Which I would hope for.
a glorious mess. Yeah,
That's what rock and roll should be.
it should be. It should be that.
Now, to kick on Ghost, you know what every Ghost show is going to look like.
Right.
I don't know what every local aid show is going to look like. I like that unpredictability. I like knowing that things could fall apart, and they sometimes do.
Right. Yeah. Like sometimes I feel really bad when something falls apart. And, I think we're really good. So I know it never really falls apart
Right.
into complete disrepair or, it never goes completely off the cliff. But I like that, and the bands that I like are like that,
Right.
and it's like,
And maybe
the
falls
best
apart.
replacement shows are the ones that
Great
you listen
example.
to that are messes.
Falls apart may have been the wrong way to say it. Unpredictability. You know that.
Falls apart is fair. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it.
But some bands, most bands these days, you can know exactly what they're going to play walking in the door just by going to setlist.fm.
Right.
Okay, I'm ready. I know exactly what I'm going to see.
Exactly.
And that's why you shouldn't have gone to the Tool shows.
Tool is great. Let's
They are-
get that out of the way.
They are great.
Tool
That
is
looked
great.
like a pretty sleepy set.
Did it?
The set list.
I wanted to go. Is it the same set list that they played the last 2 times they were in town?
No. Last time I saw them was at Open Air, and it was very different.
Yeah. I mean, like a band that I used to love to go see was The National, right? The National. I know I didn't get that out. But, I was like, oh, my God, I've seen this set 3 times.
Right.
What the fuck? So it's kind of like, I hate that. I really do. And it started to happen with, like, Flaming Lips. That's why I stopped going to see them.
Yeah.
It sucks. And it doesn't. It's also a good business move to, like, people will come back if they haven't seen the same set over and over.
Absolutely.
Right? So
Absolutely. Talking about records and acquisition and getting nostalgic with Blue Oyster Cult, what was the first record you bought with your own money?
it was probably an ABBA record.
Like Gold? Or
No, it was
Voulez-Vous?
the album.
Okay.
It's a really good record. Take a Chance on Me is on that, and Hole in Your Soul, and
Not SOS, though.
no, SOS
that's
isn't on it. That's like on the.
That's the jam.
Yeah, that is a great song. Yeah, we got to cover that one of these days.
Got to cover that.
Yeah.
That's a fit.
Well, here's the idea. We put out a single, and one side is SOS, and the other side is I know there's something going on.
Frida with Phil Collins.
Yes, and we get Juliana Hatfield to sing those songs.
Oh my God!
So I'm working on it. So that's the plan for the next.
That'll be Ryan's moment to shine with those drums.
Yeah. Every drummer wants to play Phil Collins drums. I don't know why. One of the most overrated drummers on the planet. Oh, Phil Collins. Everyone's like, it's such a shame he doesn't play drums anymore. I'm like, for who? I'm just shitting on everybody
You
today.
are.
I hate Genesis with a white hot passion.
All Genesis.
All Genesis. Well, not all Genesis, but I hate Phil Collins.
Can't you forgive Genesis for
their trespasses? No. Do you remember what it was like growing up in the 80s and Phil Collins was everywhere?
I do, but I remember before that. I remember Abacab and Trick of the Tail and Duke. I love those records.
You like Trick of the Tail?
I do. Robbery, Assault and Battery, title track, Ripple. Love
I
all that
just
stuff.
don't know. To bash on Phil Collins' Genesis is wrong of me because I hate all Genesis. I hate what's Peter Gabriel Genesis too. It's just unlistenable. And I like Yes, and I find Genesis unlistenable. Yeah.
I always thought I hated Yes. Then I dove back in during the pandemic. The gateway drug to get me back into Yes was Tempest Fugit.
Really?
I love that song.
Heart of the Sunrise is my jam. Like, absolutely love that song. Love it, love it, love it, love
I
it.
went for years thinking I didn't like them. Mm-hmm. And I'm on board.
That's fine. You don't have to like Yes.
I'm on board through drama.
Well, the thing about those Yes records that's really interesting is people always talk about them as if they're overproduced, and they're not. It's just like five dudes in a room,
just virtuoso playing.
Play the hell out of their stuff. It's pretty incredible.
So, in addition to Local H performing at Liars Club, Scott Lucas and the Married Men at Empty Bottle on the 25th of this month.
That's right.
For those who don't know what Scott Lucas and the Married Men are, I mean, Robin Hood pun aside, what is that band?
It's like a quote unquote solo band that I had for a little window of time, a few years. We put out 2 records, a couple EPs, and the band has been on ice for a while. And so people kept asking about it, and I had a few months, and I checked to see what the guys were doing, and we're going to play a show.
So is the idea this is a chance for you to kind of take chances and do things that you can't do as Local H?
Not really, because I don't really believe in that. Like, I loved, my favorite band growing up was Led Zeppelin, and, there's no real Led Zeppelin sound, so I like that idea in a band. But what had happened was I just wrote like a group of songs, and they were all kind of quiet and acoustic and mournful and stuff like that. And I was like, all right, it's time to put out a solo record. If ever the time to do something like that would have been then. So that's what that was. It's just 7 songs materialized in a week, and I was like, well, let's do something,
So we'll see that at Empty Bottle again on the 25th. Does In Through the Outdoor unfairly
maligned? Yeah. It's a great record.
It's a great record.
It's a really great record.
I mean, In the Evening is one of the best things they ever did.
Absolutely. And the guitar solos on it are amazing. I know Page was whacked out on the smack during that record, but his solos are awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Page and Bonham were basically checked out for that whole...
Yeah. But it's a great record. I'll even go to the mat for Carousel Ramba.
All 10 minutes and 28 seconds of it?
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Did I get the time right?
I think it's 10:22.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can take the DJ out of the radio station.
Yeah, there you go.
So you've got the Married Men thing coming up. We've talked before. You're a podcaster. We're in this podcast room at Wiener Circle. You are the anchor, the glue behind the Lifers podcast. Lifers, of course, the most recent original Local H release. Fantastic record. Are you always trying to are you always thinking of new things, new directions? Because this podcast, 3 years ago, I don't think I would have imagined you doing this.
No, it wouldn't have happened if we hadn't all been home doing nothing. I honestly don't think. I don't think I think like that. It doesn't occur to me that I think like that. And if you compare me to someone who really is forward thinking, I'm a dinosaur. But, if you compare me to a dinosaur, I appear forward-thinking. It's all about degrees, right? Everything is.
And the podcast is going great. So it's you, it's Ben, it's your life partner, Gabe.
Yes, that's exactly right.
And I could sit here, I could talk to you, I could talk to musicians all day long. It's what I've done on this podcast for 9 years at this point. It's different when you talk to musicians. Because, I mean, there's a common ground, there's a common understanding you have when you talk to someone like Juliana Hatfield or whomever. I mean, I love all the long-form chats, and it's stuff that you probably never had time to talk about on the road the first time around with these peers.
Right. I mean, the thing that like fascinates me about, these people who are basically my friends is like what keeps them going, because the whole proposition about like bands at sort of our sort of level is like, why? Really, it's like betting in Vegas. The house is always going to win, and like what keeps you going? And it's interesting. And we just talked to a friend of mine from high school who has had this Christian metal band going for 20 years, and they are based in Nashville. And I'm like, what's the Christian metal scene like in Nashville? And it's like, you're it. There's nobody else there that does what you do.
I'm surprised, actually.
Yeah. Well, come on. But it's just, to me, it's fascinating, like, what keeps them going. And it's just that childlike love of music.
Yeah.
And I guess, yeah.
And that was the first episode, correct me if I'm wrong, that came with a Zion warning.
Yeah. It's pretty Zion heavy. I don't understand why anyone would want to listen to it. And that's kind of why I love the show. That's why I'm proud of it, because, why would anyone listen to it?
Well, I think the secret to podcasting, anything on the internet, this isn't really necessarily true about music, but your job as someone curating or presenting this stuff is to make it interesting to people who think they don't give a shit.
Right.
And that's what I think you're doing. Right.
But it's also like, it's not television, it's not NPR, so why try to make it like television or NPR, what's the point of that?
I tell that to podcasters all the time. Don't worry about editing out every awkward pause. I'm like, you're not graded on that stuff. People aren't paying attention.
Yeah.
It's not terrestrial radio.
Yeah.
You can have conversations like people. I'm not going to edit anything. I'm going to edit the front of this and the end of this when we're done.
God, I have so much more respect for people like you. Like after doing a podcast, it's like I sound like an absolute idiot, and I cannot imagine what kind of thing goes on in your head where you're able to string together a real sentence consistently. I don't get it. I don't get what's going on up there.
It's just preparedness. I have notes. I know a couple things I want to talk to you about.
I put goddamn notes together too. It doesn't help. It really doesn't. I'm prepared on this thing. It just doesn't sound like I am.
Talking about trying new things, doing new things. Obviously, we've talked about this before. You are a legit cinephile, movie enthusiast. You have really cool videos for your songs. You've done. How much more of that would you like to do? Whether it's for your songs or just videography in general.
I'd love to do more of that. I would love to work on stuff that I'm not in. That would be great.
For sure.
We shot this movie that I just finished editing, and the worst part about it was trying to find a usable shot of myself. So it'd be great to do that for somebody else. I love editing. It's fun.
Did Innocence kind of start this current wave of creativity? Because that seemed like a really big turning point video.
No, that was all Felix. And Felix, he sort of made that happen. And he forced me to call Michael and get him into the video. And that's all him. He was the total driving force behind that thing.
Incredible video.
Yeah, he did a
it
great
really
job.
It fits perfectly with the song.
It does. And we've been lucky with the videos that we've done. You watch it, and Phil Harder, who did the All the Kids Are Right video, you watch it and it's at a certain point I was like, oh wow, this makes the song better. And that doesn't always happen. That rarely happens. But we've been pretty lucky to work with some people who know what they're doing.
All right. So again, Scott Lucas and the Married Men, Empty Bottle, the 25th. If you're watching this before the 20th, Liars Club, you can watch online, Local H at Liars Club. It is Herb, the proprietor. Herb the proprietor's birthday party.
Yes.
So it'll be
Herb the proprietor.
the celebrated Herb Rosen, the owner.
Who might have broken his finger. See,
What?
it's not that easy. He might have broken his finger the other day. I don't know. He tripped on a stump, sober, God,
It's early. You
Tripped
had a show last
on
night.
a stump. Might have broken his finger. We'll see what happens. So he won't be playing bass. Is what?
Can we start a GoFundMe?
We can start to go laugh at him.
I feel like that started
Yeah,
a while
yeah.
ago.
Yeah,
that's
right.
that's a work in progress.
Right.
All right, so I want to thank the Wiener Circle for letting us kind of camp out here and eat their food. And
Yeah.
you still have a massive Beyond Burger to plow through.
Yes.
I have a char Chicago dog. I do love the char. I mean, I love a traditional Chicago dog, but there's something about putting it on the grill.
The grill is always better.
The grill is always better.
It's just like beer in a can. It's better.
It really
It's
is
better.
All right, Scott, thank you.
Thank you.
Apologies to Ghost.
Thank you.